Hey guys, the other day when I was at the range, which you probably saw that video, hopefully you saw it. After I got done uh, showing that Heritage Rancher and the Heritage Rough Rider, I decided to do some chronograph testing of my 38 special hand loads, specifically um, the rounds loaded with trailboss. I had my suspicions about trailboss. That when I was shooting it, you could feel the difference in recoil from round to round. Sometimes they seemed pretty good. Other times it was like, what the heck was that? It just popped the bullet out. Didn't really seem to have any real authority to it. And I was curious about it. And since I have that new Chinesium chronograph, I thought I'd do a little testing. So, in the other segment here, you'll see my results of that testing. I also tested other loads that were loaded with either Bullseye or Unique, which are my two other favorite powders to use when I can get them. And my conclusion to the testing, was that trailboss, really sucked. Now, for beginners, trailboss is actually a pretty decent powder to use because you can't accidentally overcharge your rounds. Now, let me see here. I got my little black book. Okay, 105 grain, lead semi-wad cutter, 5.3 grains of trailboss would theoretically get you 900 feet per second. Obviously, out of a 2-inch barreled Smith, you're not going to get 900 feet per second. I don't think you even came close. But you can expect to lose 100, 150 feet per second going from a 4-inch to a 2-inch. To get the 900 6-inch barrel, maybe a carbine. I don't know. I don't know where they get their specs from or how they come up with it, or they're just using test barrels. Excuse me. But trailboss sucks, man. But again, for beginners, you can't overcharge it. You can fill the case right to the mouth, and if you could stuff a bullet on it, it won't overpressure the cartridge. At least that's the theory behind it. I just found it, kind of aggravating. In a way, kind of justified my suspicions when I actually saw the chronograph readings of these. They were inconsistent. They were all over the spectrum. And even off camera, I shot another round through the chronograph, and I had a round that went through quite literally 450 feet per second. And you're getting 6s and 7s. And some of the other ones, well, I don't know if it went up to 7, but somewhere close to that. But I remember that one 450 feet per second round, when it went off, it just went, poof. It's like, what the hell? I know those things are filled because in my loading method, each case is loaded individually. I don't take like 50 rounds and then put powder in 50 rounds and then seat 50 bullets. I take one case. It's already primed and expanded. I put the charge in it, then grab the bullet, put it on top, and load and seat the bullet and crimp it. And the crimper is, consistent. I don't really have any huge variations in the other powders that I load. There's always some variation, but if I could stay within, we'll say a round does about the mid 700 feet per second. If it goes to 760 and then 720, I'm not too horribly concerned about that kind of fluctuation. But when it goes from like 750 to 450, well, now I got a problem. Now I there is something that's just not right, and I have no room in that for that kind of performance in what I do. I mean, I'm not trying to be super accurate. If I do that, I definitely shoot the 148 grain hollow base wad cutters, and they're the most accurate out of just about any of my 38s. Um, Considering most of my 38s are not target guns. Okay, they don't have target sights. They got your typical fixed rear sight, fixed front sight. Nothing really fancy. My 357, which is a single action, um, does have adjustable sights, and yes, that gun can be extremely accurate compared to, say, my 2-inch Smith, but it's also a hell of a lot bigger, a hell of a lot hairier, and has a 5.5-inch barrel on it. So, you know, it is what it is. So, well, I hope you like what I did, what I show you. If you're interested in my loading process, it's really simple. It's a single stage press, uh, powder hopper, digital scale, and I think I make relatively accurate or accurate rounds. And somewhat consistent. I think my 9 millimeters are a little more consistent, mainly because of the lower case capacity and the types of powder that I use in those. And they are, again, those are actually powder coated hard cast bullets, which work quite well. I haven't had any feeding or jamming problems with it. I also use Berry's bullets. Yeah, Berry's bullets. And then also I'll load sometimes with XTPs, and that's what I use when I decide to load a plus P load. Whether it's 38s or 9s or, well, there's no plus P for 380, but some people say there is. So anyway, if you like this kind of stuff, leave a comment, or if you're interested in it, shoot me a message and say, hey, yeah, I kind of like to know more. So, on to the range video. 38 special out of a 2-inch, Smith & Wesson. Let me turn this a little bit. Smith & Wesson 642. We're shooting at 7 yards. The chronograph is somewhere halfway in between. These are 110 grain S&S cast lead, 105 grain S&S castings, powder coated, 38 special, loaded with a maximum charge of trailboss. Let's see what we get. $6.87. I'm sorry, $8.16. $6.09. $7.11. And this is something that I've seen with Trail Boss. It's super inconsistent in velocity. $7.16. Now, same company, S&S Casting. These are 100 grain flat point. These are loaded with, I believe, accurate number 5. It's either that or they're loaded with bullseye, one of the two. Can't remember which ones these are. Let's see if these are a little more consistent. 583. 632. 624. 695. And 638. A little more consistent. And probably maybe a little more accurate. Now for 148 grain wad cutters loaded with unique. $7.59. $7.67. $7.20. $7.52. $7.45. Huh. Now, I tend to like the wad cutters myself in this gun. This is just a little Model 642 air weight. And I don't load the wad cutters really light. As you can see, they're not super light. Okay, now for the mystery round. Well, not really a mystery. These are some sort of Fiocchi or Fiacci, however you want to pronounce it. 130 grain full metal jacket. I bought these because, I just needed some more brass. And tell you what, I don't know what these things are actually doing, but they do kick a bit. And loud. $7.99. $7.75. It's a lot of muzzle flash on this. $7.73. $8. Yeah, that one felt like an 8. $8.14. They're pretty stout. Am I still on? Yeah. Well, stuck. This is the little Smith I was shooting. This is actually my main carry gun. Excuse me. And I normally carry I don't think they're HST or whatever, Remingtons or Federals. I can't remember. Got a couple boxes of these, and this is, I'll show you. That's what I carry. This is the first round we were shooting. It was these 105 grain, kind of a truncated semi-wad cutter. Second round was these little lipstick bullets. This is a 100 grain bullet, and these are, not loaded really, really hot. I don't want to kick the crap out of my hand. And this is the Fiocchi that I was shooting. But what got me is, if I can get it up here in focus, the cantilever, if you can see it, is way above the mouth of the case. I don't know why that is, but it's like that on all of them. This is the last 5 of those that I have, and I don't intend on buying them again. But I like to reload, just save money for one, and I try to make my loads pretty close to the point of aim that my carry loads are, and these are pretty much to the point of aim, if you can believe it. From the 100 grain bullet doing 6 something or whatever it was to 110 grain plus P, the point of impact's not hugely different. If anything, I think the plus P shoots a little flatter, or at least it seems that way. The 105 grains, I don't load these anymore. I stopped using yeah. Senior moment here. Hang on a second. What is this stuff called again? Oh, trailboss. Yeah, so much I can remember about it. I stopped using trailboss in these because this was mildly varying in velocities. I've had these vary in velocity, down to 400, and then the next shot is back up to 600. I don't know why. I never used the stuff before. I've always been kind of a bullseye, you know, didn't want to say reloader 7. No, unique, bullseye and unique kind of guy. Yeah, I'm a boomer. So those are my 2 favorite powders to use. And I started using accurate powder, or accurate number 5, I think it was, or number 2, because I couldn't get any bullseye or any unique for a while. So I bought a few pounds of this stuff. I'm still working my way through it. I haven't been shooting a lot of handgun this summer, mainly due to time constraints and, well, the early part of the season, a lot of riding, but now there's no more riding until I get another motorcycle. Dump a lot of money on that. Just repaired my wife's car, and then picked up a second car because I need a car for the winter. I wasn't originally going to do that. And when I retired, I was going to just say, screw it. I'm not going to go, I'm not going to need to go out anywhere. If I do, I can always use my wife's car or take her to work and go do what I need to do and then pick her up. But when her car broke down, I realized, yeah, I need a second vehicle. And also, yeah, I'm working again. So I can't just sit around the house. It drives me crazy. And hobbies can only keep you busy to a certain point, and then you start realizing, yeah, I'm retired, but I'm going to be spending money faster than than I'm getting it. So I went back to work part time. Gets me out of the house, gets some few extra money of dollar bills in, and can buy reloading supplies and replace motorcycles. Yeah, I feel like a pilot that's been grounded. Can't fly, man. No wheels. Anyway, that's what we're doing also this afternoon. This is a totally separate video from the one you saw before, even though I'm dressed exactly the same. Trying to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. And with that, if you're interested in reloading, give me a shout. I can do a few videos. Kind of try to keep it, well, can't say YouTube compliant or YouTube friendly. Yeah, I think I can because I'm not monetized. What are they going to do? Take away money I don't get? I don't think I'll ever do it. I don't care if I get 1 million freaking subscribers. I'm not going to monetize. Don't need it. I want to be able to do what I want and show you what I want to show you and let you guys get to see what you want to see. So if you want to see something, give me a shout. Otherwise, hit a thumbs up, button thingy. Subscribe, which most of you aren't subscribed to my channel. It's okay. Subscribe, don't subscribe. Just watch my shit and go out and do fun shit. We'll see you later.